Hans Termistode, FightHype.com, here with Andre Rozier. What's going on, man?
Good afternoon, nephew. How you feeling?
Everything is going great, brother.
Oh man, listen, wonderful, wonderful.
So I know you were at the Hall of Fame this
Yes,
past
I was.
weekend, but I know you did get a chance to catch the Edgar Berlanga versus Alexis Angulo fight. What did you think about it? Since I know you're not working with Berlanga for this past fight, how did you grade his performance?
Well, I like that he was utilizing his jab. This was something that we had wanted him to do, and he was using it more liberally than usual. He could have used it a bit more, and I would have liked to have seen him combinate a little bit more, let his hands go in threes and fives, and then step around his opponent. Angulo's a tough guy, he's an old veteran, and he comes to you, he comes to you. So there was no need for trying to look for him because he was looking for some prey. He was looking for Edgar. So with saying that, he should have been using his jab and just cutting angles on him. He's a tough guy too. He's hard to knock out, and boxing was the phrase that should have been utilized for the fight.
Well, he didn't get the knockout. Obviously, he didn't get a knockdown either. Were you expecting a knockout going in, or did you know Angulo was going to be too tough to knock out?
I knew he was going to be very tough. I mean, the only stoppage he ever had was from his fight with David Benavidez, and David Benavidez is a big volume puncher. He stays busy and he stays very aggressive. So these are new areas for Edgar to be learning from and exploring, and just the rounds were good for him. A lot of people will say, oh, the knockout, but he has to learn how to control the environment of the ring. And once he does that, he should up his level and up his talent of the competition. Right now, this was a good fight for him. He needs to go back and watch it and study it and see what he could have done better to be a better athlete.
Got to get your thoughts on the whole biting situation. I'm not exactly sure what round it happened, but Berlanga clearly tried to bite Angulo, and he even admitted it, tried to get a little bit of Mike Tyson style. He later apologized for it. I think it was earlier today or last night he apologized for it. But, what were your thoughts on the whole biting situation?
Well, I was very surprised. It was a moment of frustration. I don't know what caused him to do it. It's something that could have gotten him disqualified. And you don't make mistakes like that. You don't make mistakes of. It was nothing to take lightly or joke about. And actually, if I was in his corner and I saw that, I would pop him upside his head and told him, don't you ever do that again. But I can only liken it to a moment of frustration, and hopefully he'll never do it again.
Is Berlanga, from what you just seen from this one fight, is he progressing the way you want him to progress, or is he kind of stagnating? What do you kind of think?
Well, I mean, every fight is a different case study in progress and improvement. I thought he should have combinated more, and he could have used the jab more. He did jab, but he could have used it more because he has a great jab. I'm waiting for the day to see him actually utilize that great jab because he has one. But he definitely performed in the necessary means for the opponent he was facing.
Did the judges get the scorecards right? Two judges had it 9-1, 99-91. Did you think it was that much one-sided, or you think it should have been a lot closer? Or do you think Angulo even won?
Well, I thought that Edgar definitely won the fight. I didn't think it was that far apart. There were times when Angulo was trying to work, and he did work well inside. But Edgar definitely won the fight.
Gotcha. Now, in terms of who do you think he should fight next? There are a lot of talks of a guy like Jesse Hart. What's kind of the right opponent you think should be next for Edgar?
Well, I know it's not Jesse Hart. he shouldn't be boxing Jesse Hart next. Jesse Hart is long. He's awkward, and he will use his jab, and he's a long jab. He's a tall guy. I think he still needs to get the craft underhand. He needs to focus on the things he can do against guys he can utilize those weapons against. It's not a rush. Bring him one step at a time and let him learn those things that he needs to learn. Remember those 16 first round knockouts, there was no learning time there. Now he's actually getting a chance to learn. And I'm hoping that he pays attention to his lessons and he watches what he does. Focus is very important. And that's the only thing I see giving him a problem is his focus. Once he focuses on things and he studies his craft, you'll see a much improved Edgar Berlanga.
Do you believe all of the comparisons between him and David Benavidez should come to an end, or do you think people are right in comparing those two for like a mega fight down the line?
Well, David is well ahead. He's a two-time world champion. David has fought several world champions to date. So his schedule is a bit further ahead. I don't care that they're the same age. It doesn't matter. Everybody learns at their own time and at their own pace. So I would say the comparisons need to stop.
Gotcha. And just my last thing, there's always been talks about him against Canelo and things like that. How long do you believe it'll take before Edgar is actually ready to fight a guy like Canelo at 168 pounds?
Well, honestly, unless you're just looking for a money grab or a chance to get a big payday, myself, that's my nephew. I don't want to see anything happen to him in that ring. So I don't want to see that happen anytime until he's ready for it. Let's not contemplate him fighting where it's a situation that would not behoove him or be a positive direction for him to take. Let him learn as he can and increase until the point that he's ready for that.
Gotcha. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
You're very welcome.